Today I'm going to be talking about survivor stereotypes, pretty much the different types of players that play Breakers and how they act in game. All of these are my own opinions, and obviously not everyone is going to fall into exactly what I say here, as stereotypes are meant to generalize people. Anyway, let's get right into this, and feel free to comment down below any stereotypes I may have missed. First off, we're going to start with the bots. Pretty much, they're just trying to build raider priority, and they take up a valuable player slot. These guys jump or walk in place the whole game, usually lagging out too. And for some strange reason, they get revived the most out of any other type of player on this list. Please, for the love of God, pay attention and see if these guys are AFK, or just jumping in place, or just running in place before you go and risk your life to revive them, and feed the raider when they get downed again. Next up are some controversial players, Oolong Players. Despite usually being high level, they're shit at the game. They hoard Dragon Balls the whole time and never revive people. They run change despite it being terrible and hide for the EMT, when the SMT is actively being destroyed, and they have the D change or other means to stop the raider. They also almost always run SOS plus 20. You know, they gotta escape some way. These guys are super selfish. But there have been some good Oolong players, but most of them act like this. Next up are the Braindead Bulmas. These are new players who pick Bulma and have no clue what they are doing at all. They play like oblivious bots and usually act like Oolong, but not out of malice and more out of ignorance. They don't pay attention to sticker spam and pings ever, and walk around mindlessly with a Dragon Ball on them the whole entire game. Next up is Chichi Players. They're generally competent and pretty reliable. They always run Fires of Mount Frypan, and they're usually great at using it to help their teammates and keep the raider off the Super Time Machine. They also usually will run Bancho Fan, but sometimes it's substituted with Krillin Shoe. These guys could pretty much always be trusted to go level 4 as well. Now let's talk about max levels. They're pretty much always competent. They have a healthy division of collecting Dragon Balls and keys as well as placing them. The most likely person to save a down player at the best time. They usually run meta transfers, actives, and passive skills. It's a good idea to trust this person to go level 4, as they'll usually be able to take on the raider and delay them for a very long time. Next up is the feeder / Senzu being Suicider. They always run a head start Senzu for obvious reasons. These guys run as the raider's face the first chance they get, and gobble down a Senzu being like a cyanide pill, so they get finished off for good, so they could re-queue till they get raided. These guys come and go, as obviously they kill themselves as soon as possible, but I really wish that the report system worked at all. Please, for the love of God, Dimps, please fix it. Next up are the survivors, in all caps. They're usually the default created characters and usually low level. They're way too aggressive and they love to fight the raider at all costs, resulting in death. These guys are new to the game, so I can excuse that, but bro, like, you could change your name at least. Next are the Dragon Ball Beggars / Hunters. These guys keep Dragon Balls to themselves and act oblivious to people trying to ask for them, likely to hog Dragon Balls and make someone with more Dragon Balls than them drop them. These guys hunt balls the whole game, never place keys, only get near down players to take their Dragon Balls, and only attack the raiders so they drop the Dragon Balls they have. They always summon near the raider and get their wish stolen as well. If somehow they do get their wish, they will die in 2 seconds when they go level 4. Almost every time I've encountered players like this, they just suck ass at the game. Like, bro, focus on anything else than collecting Dragon Balls. Next up, let's talk about the farmer players. They always know what they're doing, and they're definitely running till plus 20. They'll create a cache of items in Area X that are really useful for the team. And in combat, farmers are either godlike or meh, no in between. These guys have been playing since Season 1 though, so they're usually pretty good. Going ahead, let's talk about the Gohan Meat Munchers. They're usually named something like SSJ Gohan or MUI Gohan. They always rock the Gohan cut as well. They wear either Goku's gi or Piccolo's outfit. And skill-wise, they're pretty middling. Like, bro, make a unique character, stop munching bro's meat, you know? Moving on, let's talk about Xenoverse Players. These guys hopped on a 7-year-old game to get some wallpapers and cosmetics. They're definitely committed Breakers players and will probably never drop the game. They like showing off the exclusive cosmetics they got, but no one really cares. Usually pretty good at the game though. Next up is a type of player that I really dislike. These guys are the Dogpilers. They love to rush to revive teammates as soon as they go down before the raiders even left the area. They usually fight for a short time then get down as well. This leads to a chain reaction of these people rushing in one by one to fight and ruining the match. Please, for the love of God, wait a bit before trying to revive, and run if you're outmatched, since you usually are. Sometimes raiders camp bodies like this. Instead of waiting to revive someone who's being camped, go do something more productive while the raider wastes his time, not searching for other people instead of feeding him like this. Now let's talk about the copycats. These guys copy the exact created character and name of well-known people in the Breakers community, for some reason. Sometimes they even copy the Steam names as well, to make it even more convincing. This is so strange, guys. Why is this a thing? Usually they're not as good as the game as the people they are copying, though. Next up is an endangered species, Teamers. These guys have become a rare specimen since the queue changes. They are still out there. These guys shoot rockets and Gallic guns in the sky to signal the raider, give Dragon Balls to the raider, hold Dragon Balls so the team can't summon. Man, if only the report system actually worked. Finally, let's talk about hackers. Easy anti-cheat sucks ass. I've been running many of these, but they usually have infinite dragon chains, so they can't be killed. They'll most likely either fuck around the whole match or murder the raider easily. Sometimes they team with the raider as well, so they overlap with teamers a bit. But yeah, that was all the stereotypes I had thought of, and honestly, there are probably a lot more that I could do for raiders and for survivors, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys later. See ya!